Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Let's play this video, shall we?
After posting my videos about my birthday, like the party and the trip, so many people came in my DMs and asked me, how did I make young Black friends who are able to afford coming on these trips, traveling, doing all these things, bringing the nice gifts, blah, blah, blah. And the honest answer is that Black elitism works in the same way as white elitism. Walk with me. So I went to Vanderbilt University, which is objectively a highly selective institution. And most of my friends are people who went to Vanderbilt or similarly ranked institutions. The honest answer is that every young Black person in New York City who went to an institution that's ranked, let's say, in the top 30 or one of the really big HBCUs like Howard, the AUC, Hampton, etc., we all know each other. And we've all known each other for a really, really long time. Some people know each other from when they were super young, like elementary school. They did Jack and Jill, they did the Lynx, they went to summer camp together. Other people we meet in high school when you do like SDLC or other diversity outreach programs. And a lot of us meet in college through programs like MLT, SEO, Emma Bowen, and so forth. And then most people will move to New York City, LA, Chicago. Pretty much we're all going to the same cities post-grad, or you're just going back home to where you're from. Like in my case, I'm from New York. I came back to New York. But even within that, us all knowing each other, we all work in similar fields. Everyone worked in like consulting, tech, banking. So everyone was making $100,000 when they were 21, 22 years old. So now that people are like 25, 26, they're making a lot more money. People are just earning a lot. Black friend groups work the same way as white friend groups. They're based on education, they're based on socioeconomic class, and that's how people meet each other and that's how they become close friends. I talked about this before, but really what it comes down to is that elitism breeds elitism. There's also a really interesting phenomenon in this called the privilege poor, which are like kids who didn't grow up with much who end up going to like elite institutions and as a result can't really relate to kids who are poor who don't have that same upbringing. And a lot of my friends are people who went through Prep for Prep, TEAC, Oliver Scholars, A Better Chance. So these are kids who, grow up in like the South Bronx in poverty, but then go to high school at Hotchkiss and Andover, Taft, Browning, Nightingale, Bamford, these very elite institutions. So then they go to very elite colleges, and as a result, they have a completely different life than the friends that they grew up with. At the end of the day, it's just people hanging out with people who are just like them. That's all it is.
Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Listen, so that video came across my timeline yesterday. I'm going to show you the party she's referring to in a moment. But it came across my timeline yesterday and I was thinking about how I was going to make this video. But my WhatsApp chat got the popping this morning and I'm going to explain this to y'all. If you know anything about me, I push putting our young Black children, regardless of whatever, trying to find programs, or if you can afford private school, if you could figure it out, to put them in private schools. Like she was saying, she listed a bunch of boarding schools, a bunch of organizations that would help them to make the type of friends that will be able to help them have the type of life that they want. Okay, elitism breed elitism, whether that's in the white culture or if that's in Black culture. And let me tell you something. Personally, I have nothing against it. We know I work very hard, and my daughter goes to a very good school, right? And she plans to go to a very good college and have friends like this. I personally have friends who I didn't go to private school, right? But I have friends because of the college that I went to, because of the I worked in fashion. So the environment that I worked in, I was able to meet a lot of friends, who grew up like this, who went to private school, who went to France for a year in high school, who was able to go to these elite institutions. And I'm telling you that it really changes these children's lives and their perspectives on the world, right? Because it's one thing. Jay-Z was trending all weekend, right? Because he made some sort of comment regarding one of his cousins, right? His cousins asked him for $5,000 to start a business and he didn't want to give it to his cousins. But see, the gag of it all is if his cousins was in a better position, right? Would have worked, somewhere or went to a good school and had friends who were in those areas, his friends would be able to help him secure funding, right? His friends, I have, like I said, I have friends who are able to help them secure, great positions, right? Have great mentors, since high school. So they were able to get positions and things that other people, even if they went to elite institutions, right, would not have gotten, because they have been building these relationships from like junior high school, sometimes high school, because these things are very important, right? And it's like, we want to say, oh, I don't want to bring my kid to grow up like that. But the reality is, if you want your kid to succeed in this world in 2023 in the future, we see how this is going. It's going to be poor and rich. There is going to be no middle class, right? So I am a thorough believer in setting our children, especially my kid, okay, listen, I would hope you was to think so too, up for greatness. Like she was talking about Prep for Prep and TEAC. These are New York City programs that help put kids into private schools, right? And they help pay for it, but they have these opportunities in other states. And let me tell you, it is not easy to find. These things are not easy to find. Shoot, a lot of New York City parents don't even know about a lot of these programs and organizations that are out here to help you. I found out about a lot of these programs and organizations, again, because I have friends who went to a lot of these programs and organizations and were able to help guide me, because I knew of some, right? But I didn't know of all of them. And I had friends who were close to me, who I built relationships with, who went through these programs and knew other kids who went through these programs, and was able to help guide me, in making sure that my daughter could be able to achieve what she needs to achieve. I'm going to say, listen, y'all know I'm Black. I'm from Brooklyn, baby. My daughter goes to a very great New York City school, right? One of the top 10s, right? She goes to a very great New York City school. We have a WhatsApp group, okay? It's real up in the WhatsApp group. We have 2 WhatsApp groups. We have a WhatsApp group for her graduating class, and we have a WhatsApp group for Brooklyn parents, okay? They're in the 9th grade. These parents are already, I just got a text this morning, which was, well, I didn't get a text, the group text, which people are trying to clamor already, okay? 9th graders, 10th graders, before they even get to the point to find opportunities for, like, because they pay like they weigh. Opportunities, study prep opportunities for the PSATs and the SATs, right? I done clicked on one of them, child, it's like 6 classes, it's like $3,000. And they like, oh, it's so easy. These people pay for these opportunities for their kids. Okay, so when people are out there and they're getting their tax returns and they're spending it on bullshit, like, I'm bothered, because you could pay for a SAT prep, a PSAT prep for your class, for your student. Stop trying to hold information hostage. If you know of opportunities and organizations that can help somebody else's kid get ahead, especially if you think their kid is capable of doing it, put them on, okay? Because the reality is we are all we have. And if we want our kids to achieve in this world, like, making salaries that are, like she said, they graduating college making over $100,000. By the time they're 25, my daughter, she had projected it herself to be making damn near $500,000 a year, based off the track that she's trying to be and stay on. Like, if you want your kids, who your kids are around is going to affect everything. Shit, even their dating life, right? It's real easy to have your life thrown off by some trash ass dude, right? Who has no future. But it's real hard, or more difficult, I would say, or less likely to be in a position where you are, where your life is destroyed by some dude, when everybody has something going on, where some dude that you may be dating isn't in competition with you because he feel like a bum because he don't got nothing. When you set up your kid to be just surrounded, like she said, I'm going to show you her birthday video because I thought it was amazing. When you set up your kid to be around people, right? And I set my kid up, y'all know me well enough, and I set my kid up to be around people and to grow around people who are her constants, who will be her constants for the next 10 years through high school, through college. These are the people who are going to be, like I said, I tell her all the time, everybody you knew in junior high school and elementary school, that's a dub. You don't know them no more. That's a dub. You don't know them no more, because these are the people we all know. If you old enough, the people you know from high school and on, those are the people who really, to say you have lifelong friends, that's where the lifelong starts, right? Those are the people who are more emotionally attached to you. I want to show y'all this girl graduation video, because I think her birthday video. She's 25. Okay, shout out to her. This is her birthday video. She is 25. She spent 20.
Welcome to my 25th birthday party. I started planning this party 9 months ago with the help of my amazing planner, Rachel from Mariko Management. This party was 2000s theme, and I was very clear that I wanted to see people dressed in the theme. And boy, did they deliver. From the accessories to the outfits, my friends did not come to play. When I tell you I am an extra woman, because I literally had straws with my face on them. It was open bar, so naturally the liquor was flowing, everyone was dancing, sounds from Ken Dollars and King Season.
I follow one of the girls I just saw in her video. I'm telling you, New York City, whatever city you are in, when you get to that point, you know everybody. Because again, it ain't a lot of us.
Just such a great time. I even invited a few of my followers to the party to express my gratitude, and they came and showed out too. Now I know you're probably asking, why choose a 2000s theme if you were literally like 7 when all this was happening? And the reason why is because why should the people born in the 80s have all the enjoyment? This was truly the most amazing way to kick off having a fully developed frontal lobe. Thank you so much to everyone who came and everyone who helped to make this day special. Let's run it back next year.
All right, I want to show y'all again. Hold on. I can't play the music. Okay, so she had a great party. I want to say, is it this video? Okay, no. I want to say, because I saw the video, but I'm gonna tell you, she spent $25,000 on her party. She spent $25,000 on her party, and people are on Twitter right now or Instagram arguing about a Rolex watch. They're arguing about, as someone who used to do jewelry PR, I can't believe they're arguing about a Rolex watch. They're arguing about a Rolex watch when these kids are 25 years old and have enough bank. She didn't break her bank, and have enough bank to be able to drop $25,000 on their birthday party. That wasn't her trip. That was just the party by itself. The food, all of that stuff. She was able to drop $25,000. And like she said previously, and again, I just want to make this, like, really drive this shit home. When you are in a certain level of friend group, it really drives your career. It drives you, right? You can't really be the bum when you have a bunch of friends who are doing, the thing. It's real easy to be a bum on the corner with Pookie and Ray Ray when your best friend is Ray Ray. So I just really wanted to mention that. I wanted to drive that home, because sometimes I feel like we reach for nothing. Sometimes I feel like we reach as Black people. Sometimes we can reach and we think things are so amazing that are like worthless. In the reality of how the world is, right? People are fighting over, saying, oh, I got this and I got that. They're arguing over freaking Rolex watches when they're actual Black kids, whether you want to call them bougie, bootleg, I don't give a frick what you want to call them, when they're actually Black kids in every state. This is not just a New York City thing. In every state that are living these lives, that a lot of them sometimes weren't even born in them, who we feel like, our kids are just stuck into the stupidity or the situations that we were in. They're not. When you go after opportunities and you make your kids believe that they can, that they are worthy of these things, and that they can achieve and they can have these things, they will make it, right? All we have to do is wheel them up and let them go. All we have to do is make sure we get every freaking single opportunity we can find for our kids, regardless of whatever, and do whatever we need to do, because at the end of the day, is she good? I'm good. At the end of the day, the money and the effort and the time that you pump into your kid will pay off for them at the end. At the end, and shit, it might pay off for you too. Who knows? Now I'm done. And as always, I hope you have live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it. I hope you learned something today. Let me say that.